Hey, what up? It is the first day of the week, and I hope you had a blessed and rested full Sabbath. I sure did. So let's get right into it. I got a lot to talk about today. So today is proverb. Today's proverb is from Proverbs 6:23. Okay, it's only this Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light. Reproofs of instruction are the way of life. Okay, so the commandment is a lamp. The law is a light. Reproofs of instruction, correcting, um, with wisdom, with instruction, are the way of life. This brings life. Okay, um, we talked about this the other day with light and darkness. You know, the commandment is a lamp, the law is a light, receiving correction is the way of life. Just like the Proverb says. The Bible talks about how the wise receive instruction and correction, and how the fool despises these things. If you can't be corrected by sound counsel or scripture, then I would question your level of wisdom. Why? Because in Psalms 19, it says, "The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired than more to be desired are they than gold, yea, the more fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb." That's Psalms 19. Do you hear what he's saying? Like, the law is perfect. It converts the soul. The testimony is sure. It makes wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right. It rejoices the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure. It enlightens the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous. We should desire that more than gold. It's sweeter than honey. Do you hear what he's saying? Many people misunderstand the Apostle Paul and say that the law is bondage. Does that sound like bondage? That's not bondage. He didn't free us from bondage in Egypt only to bring us back into bondage, only so he could free us from bondage through Yeshua on the cross, only to put us back into bondage when Yeshua returns. Think, McFly, think. But so we're talking about lamps and lights, and this does make me think of the parable of the 10 virgins. Um, but before we do that, I gotta give credit to where credit is due. A friend of mine and I were talking about this parable a few weeks ago, and so a lot of this is what I took away from it. A lot of this is what we talked about. So I just want to give a shout out and give him credit for that. You know who you are. So, anyways, in Matthew 25, the parable of the 10 virgins, it says, "Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom." Let me pause right there. Okay, the 10 virgins, these people were all getting ready. These women were all getting ready to marry the bridegroom. He wasn't gonna like pick the best one. They were all getting ready to go marry him, to present themselves to him. Um, just like um, the Bible describes that Christ is the bridegroom, right? And if he's the bridegroom, then who's the church? I mean, then who's the bride? The church. We are presented to him, and there's more than 10 of us, right? So the bridegroom, the church, that's this right here. All of these. So in perspective, all of these virgins are believers. right? They're all ready to get married to the bridegroom. They're all prepared to marry the bridegroom, Christ in this instance, right? Um, Now five of them. Oh, and they've also got their lamps. Sorry, I just skipped over this. They've also got their lamps. And what did we say that lamps were? Lamps were commandments. So they got their Bibles in hand, basically, right? Now five of them were wise, and five were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps, their commandments, and took no oil with them. So what's oil? What's oil? Um, well, in Proverbs 21, it says, "There is a desirable treasure, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man squanders it." Oil is wisdom. It is the desirable treasure. Um, and of course, it dwells with the wise. The wisdom dwells with the wise, and foolish men, they just squander. They don't want anything to do with it. They don't want godly wisdom. So that's what this is. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but while the bridegroom was delayed, they all slumbered and slept. You said you were coming back soon. It's been 2,000 years. What's going on? I'm going to do my own thing, right? And at midnight a cry was heard. Behold, the bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him. The angels are blowing the trumpet. Boop, 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 boop. It's like, it's revelation time. Go, go, go. Then all those virgins arose and they trimmed their lamps. So all of them, they had some sort of wisdom because they understood who he was, right? Okay. And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." They're dimming. The foolish ones, they had some oil because they understood they understood who he was and that they needed to see him, but they didn't bring enough oil, and so their light is diminishing. So they're not going to be able to see him soon. Soon they're going to be walking in darkness. But the wise answered, saying, "No, lest there should not be enough for us and you, but go rather to those who sell and buy for yourselves." What? Buy more wisdom? Buy truth? Proverbs 23 says, "Buy the truth and do not sell it." Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. Buy the truth. You can go to Dollar Tree, get a Bible for $1, right? Walmart, wherever. There's free Bibles, lots of places. You have a Bible app on your phone. Do not sell it. Hold on to it. Study it. Love it. It is instruction. It is the way of life. Again, in Matthew 13, Yeshua says, again, "The kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid, and for joy over it he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field." This is a man that understood how precious this wisdom, this knowledge of him is. And he sold everything he had for this, because this was the most important thing. So, be like this man. Yes, go out and buy it and hold on to it. Do not sell it. It is the way of life. So, where were we? Okay, so go out and buy from those who sell, and buy for yourselves, right? And while they went to buy, the foolish ones, while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding, and the door was shut. Pop! Afterward, the other virgins came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open up to us." But he answered and said, "Assuredly I say to you, I do not know you." Bye, Felicia. He shut the door on them. These were people that were getting ready to marry him. They were getting ready to go into the marriage, the wedding, right? But because they weren't ready, because they didn't have the wisdom, the oil to see him coming, They weren't ready for him because he came at a time when they weren't expecting it. Yes, they knew who he was. Yes, they believed he was the bridegroom. They even carried around their lamp with them. But they didn't take care of their lamp. They didn't use the proper tools to make sure that that lamp was working. And because of that, they got shut out of the wedding. So, to finish up the parable, it says, "Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps." Okay, so let's break down that last one. Oil is wisdom, right? The lamps are the commandments. What are the vessels? They're us. They're our bodies. But the wise, so let's repeat that, let's replace those words. But the wise took wisdom in their bodies, wisdom of the Lord in their bodies, with the commandments. And what is that? That's spirit and truth. We are to worship him in spirit and truth. John 4:24. So go out and worship him in spirit and truth. This is the message that I have for you today. Be blessed. Peace.